Spirit in the house. Yeah, yeah. I said spirit in the house. Come on, y'all. I done my time, I'm so tired, I give up on my simple mind. It's not working, I'm no good, I'm in need. If I only could find the spirit in the house. Well, yeah, the spirit in the house.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you need not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we will surely pass. When the one who left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song we sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hands. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command.
Tro and the Queen Street Band. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Beautiful, fantastic. So great to have you here. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. I'm Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual director here, and I want to say welcome to everyone. I want to say welcome if you're joining us for the very first time today. It's a joy to have you with us, and I'm so grateful that you've decided to spend your morning with us, where we come together as a spiritual community to understand and know and live a particular idea, and that is we are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe, and we are governed by our use of a spiritual law, which is a law of cause and effect. And that's all we teach here. We teach that everything that shows up in our experience is the result of some cause. That's the stuff out here is the effect, get it? There is some cause behind that, and we believe that the cause is in mind, that what we think we create in our experience. So as we develop our capacity to think higher thoughts, our experience gets better. Does that sound like a good thing? Awesome. So we're going to celebrate that today. We're going to kick it off with this song by Eddie Watkins Jr.
Yes.
Here we go. Who's counting us in?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Feel free to get up and dance if you are so moved. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. All right, I need your lyric sheet because I can't remember the lyrics. That's a funny moment, isn't it? You ready? Oh, that's right. Okay, here we go. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, in every walk of life,
Every walk of life,
in every creed and color,
every creed and color.
in kinship we unite. To honor the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. All right. We do come together in the name of love. We teach that love is the purest creative force there is. It really is the only creative force there is. Love is synonymous with this creative divine spirit that we talk about all the time. Sometimes we call it God, sometimes we call it spirit. Whatever we choose to call it, it is the creative nature. It is a principle of creation within each and every one of us. And so let us celebrate. I'm all about the celebration today because I think we need more celebration in the world. Doesn't that seem like something we should have, more celebration in the world? Yes. Yes. All right, I'm going to invite up to the lectern to offer some beautiful words of wisdom, our practitioner of the day. We have some beautiful people who we license through the organization as practitioners, as spiritual practitioners, and they get to work with you in the community to work on whatever it is that may be troubling you. You know, if something is weighing heavily on your heart, you can always speak to a practitioner. You can come and speak to me as the minister, as the spiritual director here. And it is our commitment to life that we support you through any troubled times. And as we support you through troubled times, we actually engage in this law of cause and effect so that some new cause is born in your own mind, and therefore a new effect comes into play. That's what practitioners do. And so here to offer some beautiful words of wisdom is our practitioner of the day. Please welcome to the lectern, Carmen Noseworthy. Oh, she has something to share.
Yeah, I could just be teasing, Oh, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today, I'm sharing some insights and an awareness about valueless and valuable ideas. There's a quote from A Course in Miracles. When you are still, when the world recedes from you, when valueless ideas cease to have value in your restless mind, then you will hear God's voice. The crux of this quote, for me, is when valueless ideas cease to have value. Cease giving value to valueless ideas. Cease, discontinue, put an end to it, stop. Anything that is not loving, kind, generous, joyful, uplifting, elating, magnificent is not a valuable idea. It's just not. So I ask you, what are you giving value to? What ideas, what thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, experiences that live in lack and limitation are you giving value to? I'm sure we can all relate. At times we felt unworthy, we felt unlovable, we felt not good enough. These are valueless ideas in the mind of creation, that which created us. I can't is a valueless idea. Judgment is a valueless way of being. Anger and hate is a valueless way of being. These things, they keep us stuck in the madness of the negative side of the ego that wants us to believe that it has more power than God, that more power than our innate holiness. These valueless ideas, though, these valueless ideas can stay hidden for a very long time. But if we steadfastly say yes to valuable ideas and no to the valueless ideas, then they have no choice but to come out into the light of awareness and be set free. Because when you stand in the light of awareness, the darkness of unawareness is illuminated, and the darkness cannot live in the light. That is a valuable idea. Recently, this is exactly what happened to me. I had a hidden belief system that's been operating in my life probably since I was about 3 or 4 years old, come into my light of awareness. It had no choice because I have been disciplined in ceasing to give value to valueless ideas. I woke up in the middle of the night last week, and I heard a voice saying, "You are a disappointment to life." Not to myself, not to others, but to life itself. That means I don't have a reason or right to exist or a right to be here. Now, I could have agreed with that. I could have spiraled into blame, shame, guilt, but I didn't because I recognized and know that that is a valueless idea. I said no to that belief system. You cannot tempt me anymore. And I claimed my value right there, right then. I am a child of God. I have a passion, power, and purpose to fulfill from my holiness. And that's that, and that is a valuable idea. I matter is a valuable idea. This belief system of disappointment cannot operate any longer because I cease giving value to it. I give my value to my mattering. I give my value to the all-loving, all-giving, all-supportive power within me, within each and every one of us, as an expression of holiness by divine right. These are valuable ideas. So, I'm inviting you to become a valuable idea spiritual detective and investigate what you are giving value to. And sometimes spiritual detectives, or detectives, period, need to put on a disguise. So if you have to find a disguise, put on a pair of funky glasses, maybe one something like these, right? You can get them at the dollar store. Or you might find something like this, right? Or if that doesn't work for you, just put on your crown of glory. Right? So those sneaky little valueless ideas, they can't hide from you because you're disguised now, right? And they're really good at hiding, yes? Or, actually, you can also do this. You can just use your hands if you don't have anything, and you can go, spiritual detective, Carmen Noseworthy on duty. Or yourself. Use your own name. And then turn your attention. You can use my name if you want. Go right ahead. Totally. I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. The idea is to turn your attention to valuable ideas. Say no to everything that does not make you feel your joy. Say yes to everything that makes you feel your joy. This is the power invested in us that automatically gives us value. So I invite us all to claim it now. Just say yes, thank you, I choose value. And you will choose value. You will choose valuable ideas when you choose your value, and that is a valuable idea. And so it is. My affirmation, go ahead, clap. Oh, thank you. My affirmation today, I'll say it once. I will ask you to repeat it with me twice. And it's very simple. I only give value to valuable ideas. And together, I only give value to valuable ideas. And one more time. I only give value to valuable ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmen. I only give value to valuable ideas. I'm going to invite us all to relax and just allow ourselves to be present in the here and now, opening ourselves up from the heart space to receptivity, allowing whatever it is that Carmen has just offered that resonates with us to be there in our heart space. The full recognition that as we embody these ideas, they grow from the heart and expand beyond the self and expand into a greater expression of life.
How about you? How about me? How about everybody living in peace and harmony? How about love for us all? This is my wish, most of all. We don't have time to show anything but love for our brothers and sisters, and so open up your heart and you'll know it's all about love. It's all about love. It's all about love.
So I invite you to take a breath in this place of receptivity and be open to these words of affirmative prayer from Carmen.
It's all about love. This is the presence that is within, through, that creates everything. It's all about love. Because love is the value of life. It's all about love. Spreading value, spreading meaning, spreading kindness, because this is what our essence is inside of our heart, inside of our being. This is what spirit is, this is what God is, and it flows from us because it is us. Each and every single one of us is the value of love and kindness, generosity, brilliance, peace. This is who and what we are. In the core, in our heart, it's all about the value of love and the qualities of love, and everything that has been expressed here right now is the quality of love. I invite each and every single one of us to really sink into that, sink into the arms of love, sink into the arms of value, sink into peace and kindness. Allow it to be our essence, allow it to shine, so that everyone knows this, everyone. I am so thankful and appreciative, in gratitude for everyone who claims this right here, right now. I am so thankful and appreciative and grateful for being able to stand as a pillar of light in this value of love. I am here as a pillar of light and love, as each and every one of us are. And so let's just be that. Let's be grateful and appreciative and know who we are and say yes and get our brains out of the way and allow life to flow. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
Loving open arms soothes a heart plagued by harm, allowing peace and love to once again run free. Watch the phoenix rise and the hope in their eyes, and our hearts grew more, 'cause we did not ignore when a stranger knocked on our door. It's all about love. 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 It's all about love.
Thank you to the band. Thank you, Carmen. Got it all?
Yes.
You didn't take
Nikki?
any of my notes, did
No,
you?
well, that's why I was checking.
Okay. This week I was watching, I have Crave TV, And one of the programs that's on Crave TV is, I don't know if you've seen those documentary shows, actually by your friend Tom Hanks, that he's one of the producers.
My close personal friend.
Close personal friend of Tanis. They did these documentary series. The first one was called The 60s, and then they did the 70s, and they've done the 80s, and they're going to do the 90s. And this week I decided I wanted to watch the 80s because I am a child of the 80s. Well, I was born in the 70s, but I really came to my sense of self in the 80s. And this is a song that we're going to do today that is sort of a very 80s song, right? And it's by a band called Crowded House, and the song was released in 1988. And if I knew then what I know now, this song would have made a lot more sense to me. But I invite you to really listen to the lyric of this song because it is very much in line with what we teach, and I am so grateful that the band decided to bring this today. So please welcome Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band.
There is freedom within, there is freedom without. Try to catch the deluge in a paper cup. There's a battle ahead, many battles are lost, but you'll never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know that they won't win. Now I'm towing my car, there's a hole in the roof. My possessions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof. In the paper today, tales of war and of waste, but you turn right over to the TV page. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know that they won't win. Now I'm walking again to the beat of a drum, and I'm counting the steps to the door of your heart. Only the shadows ahead, barely clearing the roof, get to know the feeling of liberation and relief. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know that they won't win.
Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band. Ay, ay, ay. Destroying the world up here. It never fails. I prepare my notes, and then something strikes me. So I had to pull up the lyrics on my phone. So he started to sing this lyric, and I've heard the song a million times, and he starts to sing this lyric, and I'm like, what does that really mean? The lyric, now I'm towing my car, there's a hole in the roof. My possessions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof. It's like, what does that mean? What a weird lyric. Now I'm towing my car, there's a hole in the roof. My possessions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof. And because I'm so in the mind of understanding everything from a metaphorical and metaphysical standpoint, because I'm teaching the metaphysics and metaphor of the Bible on Wednesday nights, I'm starting to go, okay, so if I really understand that the car is a representation of, no, so here's what it is. My possessions are causing me suspicion. What a great idea. What a great thing to really recognize that anything that we feel we possess is totally, totally ethereal. And the minute we put any weight into the stuff we possess, that's when we start to go to that place of suspicion. We go to that place of suspicion. The idea of towing the car is, what are you carrying around with you? Oh gosh, towing my car. Are you towing around these possessions? These possessions only exist because of some idea in mind. Some idea in mind. So anyway, that just struck me. All right, let me actually talk about what I wanted to talk about today. July's theme is loving kindness and forgiveness. That's been the theme. It's been, I think, especially apropos given the world events, which I talked quite a bit about last week. And, we had another week of world events that, feel challenging. They feel challenging to me. I'm still feeling challenged by the stuff in the world. And today's topic seems especially poignant, which is that we live in a world of peace, harmony, enfranchisement, and justice. We live in a world of peace, harmony, enfranchisement, and justice. So why all of this turmoil? If this is the world we claim to live in, why all this turmoil? Why do we experience or see all of this turmoil? At the end, ultimately, I don't know. Oh, but you're supposed to have all the answers. Here's what I do know. That the more I put my focus and my mind on the world of peace, harmony, enfranchisement, and justice, the more I experience personally. The more I experience it personally. And the more I experience it personally, the more I have an effect on people around me who then say, ooh, like when Harry met Sally, I'll have what he's having. Well, I won't say what in the... Actually, I will. I'll have what she's having because I might as well go beyond the bounds of gender. Who the heck cares? I'll have what he's having. I'll have what she's having. This is the effect that we can have on the world, that when people see that we believe only in a world of peace, harmony, enfranchisement, and justice, that is what proliferates. And the truth is, there are more of us than there are of them. They just get a lot more airplay. They get a lot more airplay. And so what happens is we see these things that are being presented to us, and they keep repeating themselves in our experience. We keep seeing them, we keep seeing them, and we keep seeing them, and we start to believe that. We start to believe it. And the minute our mind goes to that place of belief, we create the circumstances in our own mind for the world of form to show up exactly in that way. And so that begins to proliferate. So here's the work that we are to do within a spiritual philosophy that says, love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. This is our work. This is the work of spiritual practice. These ideas of peace, harmony, enfranchisement, and justice, common to all of these ideas is freedom. Common to all of these ideas is freedom. Isn't what we really, really want to live an inordinate amount of, well, I guess if it was infinite freedom, it would be an inordinate amount, but isn't what we want to live in infinite freedom? Do we all live in infinite freedom? Yes, that's the truth. Now, can you, and this is just to check in for yourself, rhetorical question, just check in with yourself to say, in what ways might I not be experiencing freedom in my life right now? In what ways might I not be experiencing freedom in my life right now? There's one that comes to mind for me. There's a personal experience that I'm having that feels limited for me. And it feels as though, in some ways, there's an aspect of my world that is contracting. And I have a choice to either contract with it or to expand my own loving consciousness to say, I no longer accept this circumstance. Freedom, as Ernest Holmes says, is the birthright of every living soul. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. There is a freedom within. There's a freedom without. Try to catch a deluge in a paper cup. We are the paper cup. We are the paper cup. We feel sometimes limited. We perceive limitations within ourselves. We recognize the freedom. See, this can become a very intellectual thing. We can recognize the freedom that exists, and yet we feel limited. So we don't feel like we're living in freedom. We are the very paper cup that is immersed in freedom. And we begin to limit ourselves based on this narrow idea of the bounds of our physical being. We begin to believe that this is the whole of who we are, and that there's nothing beyond. We begin to then feel separate. We begin to feel separate from the conscious creator, which is all there really is. And we are immersed in a sea of receptivity that says you can have whatever you want. All you need to do is claim it. Name it, claim it, and understand it, believe it from the point of view of your heart. This is not an intellectual exercise. We can intellectually understand the freedom we seek, and we can, if we understand it only intellectually, what happens is we begin to really try to grasp on, in desperation, to those things, peace, harmony, enfranchisement, and justice. We try to catch that deluge in a paper cup. We feel challenged to try and catch that flood of freedom. So life feels hard sometimes. Last week I basically ended the tenor of what I needed to say with rise up, really rise up above the circumstances of life. Because once we rise up above the circumstances, come to a new idea in mind, that idea must show up in our experience. And then it was perfectly capped in a way, well, continued. I won't say it was capped because there's nothing that's ever stopped. So it was a continuation of this in the Tuesday night class, where the whole class was around the concept of grace. And I had to really come to a place of more deeply understanding grace. What does grace mean? What does it mean to me? And I came up with this definition. Grace is the capacity to surrender our need to control, to manage, or to fix so that we may be more open and peaceful. Grace is the capacity to surrender our need to control, to manage, or to fix so that we may be more open and peaceful. And this is the very nature of the infinite. The very nature of the infinite is grace. It has no need to control. It simply is. It is peace. It is harmony. It is love. It is light. Our job is to give in more and more and more and more. In the glossary of the science of mind, it says, grace is, but we need to recognize it. We need to recognize it. And that recognition can be challenging when we have weeks like we've had. What happened in Nice, I cannot wrap my head around. And yet I was saying to Tanis, I said I wasn't going to say this, and now I'm going to say it, because I was talking to Tanis and Pierre when we were driving in today. I said, one of the things that happens is we get a little myopic, because what happened in Nice affects us because we recognize it in our with our first world sensibility, and yet much more horrible things are happening in other parts of the world. And we turn a blind eye to it because we don't feel like it affects us. And yet we see terror in Nice, and we feel personally moved. And I don't really understand why that is. Why are we not moved by all the terror that's happening in the world? Because once we begin to recognize it for what it is, which is simply an idea in a creative mind that is playing itself out, we, in our own lives, can begin to override the idea, because here's the way the world works. Here's the way consciousness works. We make up a collective consciousness. We in this room are experiencing a collective conscious idea right here and right now. We have all elevated our minds in whatever personal way we can to a new idea of peace and harmony and justice and light and love. And we are expansive beyond the borders of this room to have an energetic effect on this community. And the more we give into this, the more we do this, the more we expand and expand and expand our own conscious ideas of self, we begin to affect those around us. And so what happens is we begin to affect the whole world. I had to clarify in my own mind. Those really confuse me sometimes. Effect and affect, right? Which one do you use when? Anyway, affect, we affect the whole world. A year ago, there were bombings in Paris. I don't know if you remember that. Remember that? Terror in Paris. And the Dalai Lama had something really beautiful to say, and it feels very appropriate today. So I wanted to share this from the Dalai Lama. People want to lead peaceful lives. The terrorists are short-sighted, and this is one of the causes of rampant suicide bombings. And here's the big one for people in a philosophy that believes mostly in prayer. He says, we cannot solve this problem only through prayers. I'm a Buddhist, and I believe in praying, but humans have created this problem, and now we're asking God to solve it. Think about that. We created the problem. Please, God, please make it change. We are the point of change. It is illogical, he continues. It is illogical. God would say, solve it yourself because you created it in the first place. We need a systemic approach to foster humanistic values of oneness and harmony. Enter the Centers for Spiritual Living. We have a systemic approach to foster humanistic values of oneness and harmony. We are a point of change in this world. If we start doing it now, there is hope that this century will be different from the previous one. It is in everybody's interest. So let us work for peace within our families and society and not expect help from God, Buddha, or the governments. The more we turn and say, oh, God will deal with it because I've prayed hard enough, or the government will deal with it because I voted, for my MP, and that's the person I believe in that's going to stop this, right? The more we give our faith over to things outside of our control, the more we have lost control of our own experience. We all have the capacity to take it back right here, right now. The work is ours to do. The work is ours to do. It is no one else's. I can hear everybody's minds going, oh, really? I have to do work? I have to work at this? Yeah. Yeah. I work at this every single day. Every single day. Just because I stand as an expression of ministry, whatever that is, I put it in quotes, because, the ministry just says that I have had a course of education. That's really all it means. I've had a course of education that I have taken to deepen my own expression of spirit as me, and so they give me a license to be able to stand up here and talk to you. But I still work at this every single day. What I will say is that the more I work at it, the easier the work gets. And so if it feels insurmountable to you right now, just keep working at it. Just keep working at it. Because what happens is we retrain our minds to a new paradigm, and that becomes the expression of our life. Ernest Holmes speaks less in this 18,000-page book that we utilize as a textbook for spirit and how it works in our lives. He speaks less of individualized demonstration, which means he speaks less of trying to change one thing in our life. His whole point of view, his whole purpose is that we should be changing the entire tendency of our thinking to that which is more productive in our lives. And as we do change our tendency in thinking, we rehabitualize our mind, we create new habits, then our lives get better. And we have to work at it less. It's less cumbersome. So we start off with these rough edges. We actually don't start off with the rough edges. We develop the rough edges through taking on beliefs that we experience from our society, from our family, from wherever we get them from. We embody these beliefs, and they become like these rough edges sometimes of things that we don't really want to experience, but they're there. Now, we have an opportunity to be immersed in a flood of grace. And being immersed in that flood of grace, what happens is the rough edges smooth away, leaving only a precious stone. The work is ours to do, to allow ourselves to be guided and led by grace. Grace, that capacity to let go of our connection to the things and open up to the infinite. Grace is the heart of vision. And so whatever it is that you are looking to experience in your life, whatever that vision is, open up to it more and more and more and more and more, because through vision, this infinite divine whole works through us at the level of our own individualization of it. Wow, that's a mouthful, isn't it? What the heck is he talking about? What I mean is that we are the point at which God is expressing, each and every one of us. There is no separation. There is only the whole. We are the expression of the divine, each and every one of us. And as expressions of the divine, we have infinite choice. As we make choices in our lives, those choices become our reality. Here's the really great news. This philosophy does not require us all to think alike. Some philosophies are encouraging you to think along the lines of the way they want you to think. This philosophy does not purport to have a way of thinking. Well, we do have a way of thinking. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is, we're not here to tell you what to think. That is not my job. I am not ever here to tell you what to think. What I'm saying is that there is a method of thinking which will support the greatest expression of life that you could possibly imagine, and more. Because sometimes our imagination even is limited. Expand beyond the imagination into deeper vision. This philosophy doesn't require us to think alike. What it does require is an awareness of what we are thinking. It requires an awareness of what we are thinking, because that thinking is our reality in expression. That thinking is our reality in expression. And we can choose our thoughts. So what are we choosing? What are we choosing? We are more than the paper cup. We are more than that paper cup. We are immersed in a flood of grace and the promise of a peaceful and loving life. We are immersed in it. And we don't need to catch it. We don't need to try and be, oh my gosh, I'm trying to catch the deluge of goodness and freedom and joy. We don't need to catch it. We are it. What we can do is expand the sense of self so that we create a bigger cup and a bigger cup and a bigger cup and a bigger cup until our cup is infinite. When we no longer see a boundary. This is done in the recognition of grace. This is done in the recognition of grace. We are on an unlimited, infinite journey. So take a breath. Recognize that that journey begins at the core of your heart space. Take a breath. Breathing in, love is. Anything antithetical to that, let it go. Breathe it out. You no longer own it. Breathe in love. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. What we are becoming is more graceful. You've just tapped into the experience of grace by breathing in love and letting go of anything that does not support it by breathing it out. I'm grateful to each and every person in this community for the experience of knowing and for the opportunity to know more deeply, more profoundly, every single day, this idea of grace in our lives. Thank you so much. Namaste. Dropped a guitar pick. Here we go. Why I have a guitar pick in here, I don't know. I would like to invite us all to take out whatever it is we're offering the center today in terms of our financial contribution, our investment, some people call it their tithe, some people call it their gift, whatever you choose to call it. Recognize that it is a blessing. Your offering is a blessing to this center and allows this center to deepen its own vision and express its own vision in this world more and more and more all the time. And for that, I am truly grateful. So hold whatever it is you're offering today, and I invite everyone who's online to participate in the joy of giving by clicking that donate button. I invite us all to read together the words of divine affirmative giving. Here we go. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that Spirit is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so as the baskets go around, we're going to sing, What Do I Have to Give? Is that, what do I have?
Yes.
That's the proper title.
What do I got?
What do I got? Feel free to stand and move.
What do I have to give? What do I need to live? What do I have to share? What do I do to show I care? What do I have to give? What do I need to live? What do I have to share? What do I do to show I care? What do I have to give? What do I need to live? What do I have to share? What do I do to show I care? What do I give? What do I give?
So Carmen will offer a blessing over this offering.
Yes, please join me in knowing that this is received in joy and grace and love because it is given with joy and grace and love. And so therefore, it can only support joy, grace, and love through this center, through the Board of Trustees, through Jonathan's leadership, and through our message of love only, forgive everything, and remember who we are. So in gratitude, on behalf of the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto, I say thank you in joy and grace and love, and it is magnified. Thank you. And together we say, and so it is.
What do I have to give? What do I need to live? What do I have to share? What do I do to show I care? What do I give? What do I give? What do I give?
Thank you so much. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your consciousness. Thank you for everything that you offer this center in terms of your support. I'm grateful to you. A couple of things that we have going on here at the center. We do have yoga on Saturday and Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. right here. Well, not right here, but it is upstairs. We do have an upstairs space for those of you who may not know that. We have an upstairs space where we do workshops and classes and yoga. So yoga happens every Saturday and Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Tuesday nights, Foundations for Better Living, that class, which is the core of this entire philosophy. We're teaching the fundamentals of the science of mind philosophy. That class is on Tuesday nights, continuing now through August something. I just keep teaching. I just keep showing up and I keep teaching. It's a 10-week course where this will be week 4. And you're welcome to join even if you've not been to a class before. You're welcome to show up. This class is being offered free of charge. We encourage a love offering. If you feel you've gotten any value out of it, then we gratefully welcome a love offering. So that's on Tuesday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. This Wednesday, Carol Calder, who is one of our beautiful practitioner interns here at the center, will be leading our meditation practice at 6 p.m. We have meditation practice every Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. right here in this space. Encourage you all to show up for that. It's incredible. I have a friend here who keeps showing up. a little fly, and I just keep wanting to say, shoo, go away. Shoo fly. I don't know where he went now. All right. So the meditation is every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Then we are continuing our metaphor, metaphysics, and the Bible. That class continues starting at 7 p.m. That's upstairs. And we're beginning the New Testament this week. Because the Old Testament is a bit of a slog. So we are into the New Testament now. That's at 7 p.m. on Wednesday night. Next Sunday, July 24th, is our Membership Sunday. And what that means is, remember about 3 months ago, we did a membership celebration for everyone who was a member of this center. What we're going to do is every quarter, we will do a Membership Sunday. And for anyone who became a member since that Membership Sunday, up until next week, we will be honoring you as brand new members of the center. So we'll have that as part of our experience of Sunday celebration next week. So if you are a member who signed up, you can expect to get an email from me. If you signed up post the last Membership Sunday, you can expect to get an email from me to confirm that Membership Sunday is next week, and we'd love to have you here. Also, after service next week, we're going to do a social event. We're going to go to the Leslieville Farmers Market, and we're encouraging everyone to bring a picnic, and we'll go. There's live music, and we'll just have a good old time out there, okay? So that's after the celebration next week. Monday, August 27th. Is that right? For some reason, it's in my brain as the 22nd. Yes. Yeah, it's the Monday, August 22nd, is a painting party at Jane Roos Gallery. Jane Roos is the woman who painted this beautiful painting and this beautiful painting and the paintings we have out in our gallery. Great friend of the center, and she's throwing us a paint party. Here's the way that it works. You will pay $200 to participate in the paint party. She will provide all of the materials, and she will give a lesson in how to paint, and you get to paint something and walk away with a beautiful masterpiece that you created. And so that's $200. The great news is $75 for every single admission comes back to the center as a donation. So part of that does come right back to the center. So encouraging everyone, she requires a minimum of 10, but can only do it for a maximum of 18. And there is a sign up in our store as well. Some conferences that are coming up, the Circle of Love Gathering, happening October 17th through the 21st. It's on Vancouver Island, and I got asked this last week, and I forgot to look it up. I forget where on the island it's happening. But you can look it up at circleoflove.org, and the information is in your program there. Also, the Engaged Spirituality Conference is happening in San Diego, October 24th through the 27th. So we have a great big international community, and we have these conferences and events that happen, and we're trying to make sure that you know about them more than we have let you know about them in the past. So take a look at that. Finally, the book and gift store needs a name. Actually, here's the question. How many of you read the Friday email? So Helen, that's maybe about 25% of the room. Maybe 35% of the room. Read the email. There's lots of great stuff that she puts in there. She put a link to that Justin Timberlake song that's taking the world by we're taking the world by storm right now. One of the things that she put in there is that we are running a contest to name our store up at the front. Here's how the contests work. Here's how the contest works. There are ballots. I don't know if they were handed out today. They were handed out today. Fill out your idea for a name on a ballot. We're going to collect them today. Today's the only day we're going to collect them. We're going to send all of those names to the Board of Trustees, who will then determine 3 to 5 names that seem appropriate. We will then do a ballot with those 3 to 5 names, and whichever name wins will become the name of the bookstore. The winning entry will also receive a $50 gift certificate to Pukka, the restaurant Pukka. So, encourage you all to participate in that. I trust there's a method for collecting these ballots. Lori?
I'll put a basket up front.
She'll put a basket up front, so you can put your ballot in the basket, and then we'll take a look at that.
I wasn't sure when the contest ended. So
We're trying to get on it, so today.
There was a question.
Yes, there's a question.
No?
That's fine. They will get sorted out, and we will we will be able to, we'll put them all together. But if you have not turned in your ballot, there will be a basket as well. Thank you. All right. Let's take a breath. I alluded to this particular song today in what it is that I offered. So I invite us all to simply relax into this moment and live in faith. Rolling river God, little stones are smooth, only once the water passes through. Now I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. But when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes swollen high. Never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you is where I long to stay and feel the sharpest edges washed away. And so, here's what I know. There's an infinite creative power. We are immersed in it, immersed in a sea of receptivity. Its nature is love. All it is here to do is to create and to unfold in terms of its own evolution. And each and every one of us is a part of it. We are all part of this magnificent infinite whole. We create in exactly the same way it creates, for we are that which is. We are this infinite divine spirit. We are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe right here and right now. And so as we give into this idea more and more and more thoroughly, embodying love, embodying light, embodying harmony, embodying justice, embodying peace, embodying wisdom, life gets better. And so I call upon this perfect creative spirit to bless each and every one of us in the way that we bless ourselves, to know more and more and more deeply this flood of grace. I release any attachment to the things in my life and trust in the perfect flow of this divine spirit to inform my life, to inform my experience, and to become my life's experience. And I trust and know that this is true for each and every one of us. We are the very, very expression of this graceful divinity. I am so grateful for this. I'm grateful for everything that has conspired in this universe to make this experience happen right here and right now. I'm grateful to Jim, our board member on duty today. I'm grateful to Judy for assisting with our collection. I am so grateful to Wim and Terry, our greeters today. I'm grateful to Marg in the bookstore. I'm grateful to Lori and Carol for setting up. I'm grateful to Mira and Yelka for cleaning up. I'm grateful to Lassia on sound. I'm grateful to Rebecca and Jim on camera today. Grateful to Mahala and Harold up with our dynamic youth today. I'm grateful to Pierre Gautreau, the entire Queen Street Band. I am grateful for the brilliance of Carrie and her meditation this morning. And I am grateful to Carmen and her infinite wisdom that she shares not just today, but every day. And I'm grateful to this community for coming together and knowing something more deeply, more profound, more lovingly, and that is we are love. And so I simply relax, release, let go, and allow, trusting this word spoken is done. It is expressed in the here and now and continues to express and evolve. I release any attachment to the outcome and live in faith and trust. As together we say, and so it is. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes swollen high. Never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you is where I long to stay and feel the sharpest edges washed away. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. But when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am. Just a little smoother in your hand. Rolling river god, little stones are smooth. Only once the water passes through. All right.
That was 3 clear
Kleenexes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll lighten it up then right now. Let's take this loving energy. Let's kick it out into the street with God Makes Me Want to Sing.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am loving every living thing. Everything, every living thing. I can see the face of God in the paupers and kings. Well, we are all precious, no less or more, and we all got the same treasures in store. I'm a loving, oh, every living thing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. Oh, it makes me feel so good I could do most anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm believing in my guiding light. In my light, in my guiding light. Well, no matter what comes, it always turns out right. I just dig right down to how I feel, then I take a deep breath and I grab the wheel. So I'm believing, oh, in my guiding light. Oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, it makes me feel so good I can do most anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I am rising to a higher place. To a higher place. With the wind at my back and a smile upon my face. Well, I'm living my dream a little more each day, and it keeps getting easier to find my way. I'm believing, oh, and I'm rising to a higher place. Yeah, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Yeah, that makes me feel so good I could do most anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't help it. God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good I can do most anything.